Happy Wednesday!
I'm Nancy.
I'm Cece.
And I'm Liz. And this is Lemme Call My Sis.
And we are starting today with a quick recap over Easter weekend that just happened. How did you guys feel about it? I know the kids had, I think this was the best Easter they've had.
Because they're all older, so everybody enjoyed it a little more.
I was tired.
I was running on 2 hours of sleep.
Well, that was your choice.
It was my choice, but I was still...
I should have requested the next day off. I will next year.
Yeah, we had a good Easter.
On Monday?
Yeah.
Saturday, we went to go eat with Kaylee's godmother, and she got baskets, and we went for breakfast, and we went to the mall, right? Was that with you?
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't invited, but I crashed.
Yeah.
She loves doing that.
That's
I
her.
sure do. That's my hobby.
That's her thing.
She told me, I think... Well, I was going to try to crash breakfast too, but I was on Friday night too. And I was tired the next morning. So I was like, no. But then I was like, so what's the word for today?
Yeah.
She was like, I'm going to breakfast and then the mall. So I was like, bet I'll meet y'all up at the mall.
Yeah.
And I sure did.
So then Sunday came and we all came over here. We had a good cookout. The food was bomb. It was hitting.
My husband grilled.
Yeah.
He loves to grill.
Yeah.
And I love to eat. And
yeah.
Yeah, so it was it was fun. The kids did a little Easter hunt. The rain kind of ruined, being outside.
A little bit.
Yeah, we wanted to do the hunt outside.
Yeah.
And that couldn't happen.
It still worked out though, because afterwards we went to go play outside for a little bit. Elena did the ice bucket challenge. We did the confetti egg.
Those were so fun.
I still have them at home.
The kids had so much fun with
You
that.
should have brought them.
I know. Yeah. Because we missed out. We could have done more.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kids enjoyed those. We were cracking them on each other's heads.
Yeah.
The only one that didn't get one was Tyler.
Yeah,
I know he felt so left out.
I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure he was dying inside. And he didn't get a confetti egg cracked on his head.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
The next event we have, I'll bring the rest of the confetti.
Tyler would just get double next year.
Yeah. You'll get two, babe.
To make up for this year for feeling left out.
And then Lee's got them bubble wands, and my God, they had a blast with that for almost an hour.
Yeah, they wouldn't want to stop.
Nancy did it, then I did it, then Elena did it, then who was it? You?
I think it was just you guys.
Yeah, it was just us. Yeah. They were just, nonstop.
They just wanted the balloons, the bubbles. Yeah,
you would blow them, and then immediately they're like, more.
Yeah,
come on, let's go.
But it was
let's
cute.
Get it.
Yeah,
they were adorable. I think last year, since Adam was still little. He was full on running around with them. Those three kids, they literally don't need anybody else in the world.
They don't.
If those three are together, they're having the time of their life every single time.
Madeline kept waiting. She's like, "Is it time? Is it time? Is it time?"
I want egg hunt. I was like, "You want egg hunt? Okay, so we gotta wait for everyone." She's like, "I want egg hunt." I'm like, "We'll do it. We'll do it very soon."
Yeah,
she stormed in here.
Yeah, she's at that age where she'll talk, bring up the same thing.
Yeah.
And she'll repeat everything you say. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know why you're looking at me. That was your daughter. That was Elena who said, I think 2 bad words. And then Matt and I repeated it. And I was like, oh, Elena. And she would, look. She'll look at you and say it. And she knows she's not supposed to because she'll laugh. She'll, be laughing as she says it. And you'll look at her and be like, don't say that. And she'll just, she was chuckle.
Yep.
I'm like, oh my God.
Yep. And then next is gonna be Kaylee and then Adam. So we gotta watch our mouths.
Yeah. We sure
especially
do.
That one, Christina.
Nothing.
You know you're the problem.
The bullying here. I don't think. No, y'all swear that it's me.
Because it is.
Between us three, it is.
No, 100%. I swear more than anybody in the family. In front of the kids, I'm saying, I feel like, do you think I do that bad in front of the kids?
I think you don't think about it. So, yeah, you're that bad.
Yeah.
What if I think about it?
Because we'll be out in the room and they're hearing.
You'll be like, what the fuck? Or oh shit. Or,
I don't really say oh shit. My favorite word is the F-bomb. That's my favorite word in the world.
Yeah.
I don't think I say that. I think you say that more.
I do say that, but you say it as much as I do.
I don't know if I say it as much as you do.
Well, you're the problem. So that's where we're at. So work on yourself.
I do.
Work on your mouth. I know that's hard for you, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a hobby.
Uh-huh. Well, it's not going to be fun when my kids are swearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just swearing makes me feel like a pirate.
Well, you're not a pirate.
I know, but it makes me feel like
one. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Ahoy!
You know how they say like you have the mouth of a sailor.
Hey,
oh my god!
Who lives in a pineapple?
It's Arg.
Arg! Who lives in a pineapple?
And we're not doing SpongeBob. I'm talking about like. I'm talking about like Captain Jack Sparrow, not fucking
I don't know his theme song. What's his theme song?
I don't know. Yeah.
It doesn't have any words.
It doesn't have words. Yeah. It's just that like it used to be my ringtone. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
Like high school.
But yeah, Easter was good.
It's just fun. It's a fun. Like that's hard for me.
We'll work on it.
All right. Anyways, Easter was good. The kids had a ball.
Yes,
the kids are
You see
here.
what we have to deal with?
Who doesn't like swearing? Come on. Even mom likes swearing in English.
Watch your damn mouth. How about
Watch
that?
your damn mouth. Isn't that a swear word?
Not really, but...
Damn? Okay, would you be okay if Adam said damn?
Well, no.
Oh,
Darn
no.
it.
Darn
so
it.
then it
Darn
is a bad
it.
word.
Whatever.
Why are we having a whole topic about
I know.
bad
Because you guys
words?
don't accept me for who I am.
Because we can't. You've been a problem since you've been born.
I was the solution. First of all, as you're saying that, just let me remind you that you begged and prayed for a little sister named Christina. Do you remember
did,
that?
so
That's all you wanted
be careful
in
what
life.
y'all wish for,
and the day
guys.
I was born, your blessings were answered.
I'm sure they were at that time.
Yeah. Here I am. Everything you wished for.
Yes.
You got it.
Yes. Sailor mouth over here.
Yeah. I keep things fun.
Yes.
You know?
But anyways,
But I'll
we
watch
should
my
grill
mouth around
again
the
maybe
kids.
this weekend because
Isn't it going to be really nice out? Well,
Yeah.
Lisa isn't even going to be here. She's
Yeah.
going to quinceañera.
Well, you'll miss out.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yes, I love grilled food.
Yeah, you, mom and dad and Tyler,
It's
like
so
y'all.
good.
Everyone but you loves
Yeah.
grilled
It's
food.
not that I don't love it. I do love it, but I'm never like I don't crave grilled
No,
food.
like we could have it. I think all of us could have it every
like you
weekend.
guys get excited
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's like cool.
Because you don't eat meat.
Yeah, but she doesn't either.
Yeah.
Well,
And right now I do because I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
when I used to enjoy grilled food.
Oh my god.
When this family used to take me into consideration, and this family used to prioritize the fact that I'm a vegetarian. So we used to have vegan burgers. Mom would grill nopales. She would make my
She
vegan
did that.
chorizo.
Yeah,
she
she
would
did
make
that.
my vegan chorizo because she knows that those are the only like way I like the tacos with the nopales.
There was nopales.
There was no
chorizo.
There was vegan burgers.
There was
That's
everything
it.
besides your chorizo.
There was a baked potato.
I don't like baked potatoes.
Well, then that's on you.
I'm just saying, like, they used to be great for me. And then you two married
Well,
and got with meat eaters. And then suddenly this family forgot
does that have to do with you?
It has, because we used to eat more vegetarian meals. We used to have vegetarian Thanksgivings. Do you guys
Oh my
remember that?
God.
And then Tyler and Oliver came into the picture. And it was like, well, fuck that. No, we are a meat-eating family now.
Why don't you go see a therapist?
And you guys don't care. I did see a therapist.
Okay, well, keep
and
seeing
I was
her.
her favorite client, by the way. She loved me.
Do you see how self-centered she is?
She would. I'm gonna bring her on. She used to tell me like I'm amazing, and she would confirm it.
Well, she had to boost your confidence.
No, it was already. boosted
Maybe that was
walking
part
in.
of the therapy session.
No,
Yeah.
no. I should go to therapy over because I feel neglected by
Okay,
everyone
whatever.
in
Anyways.
this family. Anyway, so I used to be excited over
Well,
grilled food.
that seems like a you problem.
Not anymore.
You
Because
know you're
guys
welcome to go to the
don't
store and grab your
prioritize
stuff
me
and then-
anymore.
God, you're not like 20
Right.
years old anymore.
You're welcome
About
to
what?
bring whatever you want us
You
to
don't
throw on
cook
the grill.
when we grill. What the
Okay.
fuck are you talking about?
That's not the point.
What I'm saying,
You're telling me
she
to
brings the food though.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, you can bring whatever you want us to throw on the grill for you.
No, I just want to be
Then
thought
stop
of.
complaining.
Like you
okay?
guys should think of what would she want.
Take initiative.
And then I
Take
take
initiative.
initiative.
Okay, well then bring your own damn food to throw on the grill.
No, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna text you guys a reminder.
Well,
a
it's gonna
week
stay there.
before
It's gonna
and-
stay a
And be
reminder.
like, this is what I would like on the menu for this weekend, please and thank you. And then you guys can like accommodate me.
But maybe you could get a Houdini to bring it for you.
What?
Houdini.
What the fuck is a Houdini? What is a Houdini? I was like looking at Lisa, hoping we would relate to this. Because we normally both don't know what the fuck.
It's like a genie.
Why are you calling it a Houdini? And why did you do this?
Because a genie. Yes.
Yeah, but why did you say Houdini?
Because that's another word.
Houdini?
Yes. Houdini
is another word for genie?
Yes. It's like a genie.
Even I knew that, bro.
I don't think that's true.
Watch, I'm gonna Google it.
Houdini means genie?
It's like a different word.
Yeah, but it's like a genie.
It's like a genie.
Yes.
I want you guys to Google this because I don't believe you.
Houdini.
Houdini. A genie.
Yes.
Yeah, I've always wanted one.
It's like a nickname for like a genie.
I've heard of a genie.
How have you never heard of that?
I've heard of Houdini from like the
Houdini Genie. It's a board game. That's where they got
a board game.
But that's where they got that second word from, like
Yes.
Houdini, genie.
I've never heard that in my fucking life.
Yeah.
Well, it's because you're a little.
I heard of Houdini like the crime, you know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
It's two guys, Houdini and oh my god, I'm like blanking on this. They'll know. They'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But anyways,
yeah,
no, I don't need a genie. I have you guys.
Well.
I'm just asking for a little
You see how Nancy buys the stuff she wants to make, and then I buy the stuff I want to make.
Yeah.
And then
you just
show up.
with good vibes.
Yeah, it's not really good vibes.
Well, I was tired on Easter,
Maybe
but
you should
normally
stay home
I do.
next time.
I wanted to. I wanted more than anything to just stay in bed. That's why I got here so late. I'm normally here early.
All right, let's get back
I wanted to just sleep all day.
Get back in topic.
Yeah.
You know, I prioritize this family that doesn't prioritize me. Maybe I need
We
to
should schedule her therapy sessions again.
evaluate my priorities in life. We should schedule you guys a therapy because I have a list of things you guys need to work on. As individuals, as a whole.
I have a list for you too.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
And I'm sure mine is longer.
Bring your stuff for the girl.
I'm not fucking bringing my... Let me establish this right now. No.
Well, they don't complain.
Well, I'll just order a pizza next time.
Sure.
I'm down for pizza too.
Yeah, Loki?
Yeah.
Me too. Okay. So anyways, Easter weekend was fun. It was good. Moving on. As you guys know, we start every episode off with a would you rather question. And this week it's gonna be me.
Yeah, so we'll see we'll be naked this time.
Are you gonna be naked or clothed? Let's find out. No.
Jump off the plane naked?
You guys are expecting like some wild ass questions from me now. Like I have a semi-normal one today.
Okay, go ahead.
Ready?
Yes.
All right. Would you rather be able to talk to animals? What? What?
Okay.
Continue.
There's no nudity or like
Go
islands.
ahead.
Would you rather be able to talk to animals or speak every language? Why is that funny?
Because all your questions relate to like animals somehow.
They don't.
Yeah.
No, all of your questions relate to fucking technology or music or the same shit, just different versions.
Oh
all right,
my
well,
god.
next time I'll tell you if you want to wear the same underwear for a week.
I actually don't think any of my questions have revolved around animals.
It's like Snow White somehow.
So what
Or
did you say? Said a
Enchanted.
question about Snow White.
Well, the question where she said about would you want to be naked in a forest? And she wanted to talk to the animals naked.
It's always been a dream of mine. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay,
I don't know
repeat
why
the
you have to
question.
judge. Would you rather be able to talk to animals or speak every language? I've just always wanted to live around them. Yeah.
Well, I know what you're going to pick. Talk to animals.
No, I was considering the speak every language.
Every language? That's a lot of languages.
But it would just be effortless. Like, it's
Like,
not,
you would just wake
it's
up
not
and-
something that you would have to learn. It's just you can either wake up and you can speak to every animal or you can speak every single language. So I don't really know. I was kind of back and forth about it, but yeah, obviously I think I would choose speaking
well,
to
it would be
animals.
cool to be able to speak every language.
That would be cool because then you could travel anywhere
Without
one,
a worry.
Yeah.
One, safety. Because like kidnapping and all of that shit, like you would understand if the people are trying to fuck you over. Yeah. Like if you're getting your nails done, you know, if they're talking shit about you.
They're always talking shit.
But you'll understand what it is.
There's like this translator thing you could buy and you put it in your ear.
I've seen that on like TikTok.
I've always wanted to buy it because I want to hear what they say.
Yeah. They're probably, look at these funky ass little nails.
I swear.
This bitch with her messed up nails.
Look at these cuticles.
Yeah, dusty. Look at those toes.
I swear to God. I just think that would be cool and then like for traveling too, it would just be effortless. You can communicate with everyone. You can get a job as a translator.
That's true.
Well, if everyone speaks the same language, why would you need?
No, it's you.
Oh, just me.
It's not everybody. It's you. Like you would either be able to speak every language, or you would be able to speak to animals.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I would want to speak every language.
Every language? Why?
Well, because then you can communicate with everybody, and like if you're traveling, and like not just that, but like you can learn so much about like different cultures because you're speaking the language. And if you're traveling,
and you can live like a local anywhere. There wouldn't be that language barrier.
Yeah, because if you're traveling, you can actually talk to people, like have conversations with them, see what their like day to day is like in like a different countries,
build
like
relationships with them, because
nice.
you would be speaking like their native tongue, like the real way, not like the tourist or like,
so like learning perspective, you can learn so much.
Yeah.
And then also like
I think especially us too, we have a better idea of what that would be like since we're all bilingual.
Yeah.
So it's like we already see how just knowing two languages, like how it benefits your life and how it changes, and you see it differently, and you just have more, I don't know, I guess like perspective than like some people. So I can't even imagine what I would feel like if I could just speak every language.
Yeah.
Like that would be,
and then you can help a lot of people too, because there's a lot of people, like especially in the United States, that don't speak the language and they struggle. And if you could speak every language, it's like, okay.
You could help them easily.
And then that would also include ASL, because that's a language. So you could even help.
I've always wanted to learn ASL.
Yeah,
it's
you
just
could
hard.
even help like the deaf community. Like,
did you guys know Jennifer Aniston knows that?
Sign language?
She knows sign language.
I didn't know that.
I saw a clip yesterday on TikTok. It was Instagram or TikTok where she was in a movie and she was doing like all the sign language.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's always been my dream. I can get by. Like I know basics, but I've always wanted to be fluent.
Like a whole conversation.
I want to know how to communicate everything.
Yeah.
But
well, you can still do it, you know.
I be trying. I need somebody to do it with me, and I've always tried to convince Lise.
Yeah.
I want to do it because I had a patient the other day that he was deaf. And he was like writing everything.
Did you?
Yeah, and he was like writing everything.
2 customers too.
Yeah.
Well, that's when I first started learning, was when I worked at Chase.
Yeah.
When I worked at Chase, I had a deaf customer, and I started learning the basics, like just do you want your balance, or like I need your ID or whatever. And it got to the point where he would come in and he would refuse to see anybody. Like he would wait for me and he'd be like, nope, I want her. And I'd be like, I can't even, like, it's not even like I knew everything, but just I think the fact that I was making an effort and like trying to be, to communicate as much as I could with him, he just appreciated that. And I was like, that's cool. I want to be able to just do that.
Especially because a lot of people too don't have patience. Yeah. You have to have patience to be
And there's also like etiquette that goes with it. Like there's some things that are considered, which from the shows, like Switch That Birth, there's like things that when people you do it without thinking, that's considered rude in the deaf community.
Well, it's because like I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. I'm not gonna say names, but where I work, like there was a person that was trying to speak to him, right, and like get like all his information and stuff. But like since they don't really know, like they didn't mean it in a rude way or anything, but she was just like speaking louder.
Yeah.
For trying to get him to like, I guess, understand.
Yeah.
But then in my head, I'm like, well, that's not really gonna help anything. And that to me, that was being rude, you know.
But if you don't have the experience, like I could see, like it's not coming from a bad
that's
place.
what I mean.
They just don't know any better. Or like another thing too is, so this guy, he would come in with a girl. I don't know if it was like his sibling or something. And she was also deaf, but she was she would speak like a little bit of it. And I went into the room once, and one of the bankers were with them, and she was talking about him and his account and everything, but she was directing everything to the girl and like wanting her to translate to him. And like it was clear that he wanted to be the one to, because that's considered rude to like ask like to have someone speak for them. That's rude in the deaf community. So the banker kept trying to push the girl to speak for him and like do all the communication through her, and he was obviously like uncomfortable with that. So even when she would come with him, like I never was like, oh, can you ask him if like this is, no, I would write it down or like sign it or like find a way to communicate with him. And then if he wanted to use her, that was on him, and sometimes he would, but for the most part, like I would only communicate with him and like direct everything to him. So yeah, I think the language would be like cool, but yeah, obviously I choose speak to animals.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
You said people.
Yeah,
I choose animals.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna do languages too.
I was thinking about it as you guys were saying, like your both opinions. Yeah. But honestly, I don't really like talking to people like that to begin with. So
Lisa's like, I'm not a fan of the human race.
Yeah, not really.
So
I don't either, but I think it would be very interesting, like learning about different cultures.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. No, and that's why I was like torn, because you guys were both like going into it, right?
Yeah.
Like, but no, because then I could be like Ella Enchanted. Like sing a song and they're helping me clean. They're like, I could communicate with them.
My gosh.
I just like summon them here and like they're gonna start.
And that's Enchanted, not Ella.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Enchanted. I was thinking of Ella.
Wrong movie.
Yeah. Wrong movie.
It's because their names, the damn names, same kind of, you know.
Yeah.
So Enchanted, Enchanted. You know how in the beginning of the movie too, like they're helping her sew her dress. She's talking to them.
Oh my gosh.
I would
so like
love
Snow
that.
White.
Yes. Well, no, not like Snow White. Like
She does that too.
Yeah, with like the squirrels.
Yeah, I know, but my reference was
Oh my gosh.
Enchanted.
Enchanted.
I guess.
What was
you
her
lost
name?
it again.
Yeah. What was
Giselle.
her name? Giselle.
Oh my god.
Over here referencing this shit, doesn't know anything.
She needs to go watch it again.
Yeah, apparently.
And Snow White. Cinderella.
Girl.
Cinderella.
The rats.
The rats.
That's the mice.
Was it mice?
I think they were mice.
I think they're mice.
They're mice? Rats. They were mice, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Just like
the little
that.
chubby one.
Yeah. But
They turned into the carriage, you know?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Now she wants a carriage. Okay.
I want the princess vibes.
No. Yeah, I would
dreaming of that.
Oh god.
That's all I've ever wanted.
So I think I would choose animals too.
Yeah, I would choose the other one.
Yeah, I would choose the animals, even though I've already always felt like I have a connection with them. But then I would like really be able to communicate. I could start an army. Could you imagine if I have elephants behind me and like
Mufasa?
I don't know. Yeah, like just rule the world.
So you would just live in the forest?
I would just walk around with a lion next to me, like on each side of me.
Oh jeez.
As like instead of a guard dog, I would have guard lions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're thinking of like I Am Legend, but it was a dog.
No.
It was a German Shepherd.
Walking Dead. At one of the. You never finished
don't
it?
talk about that season.
No,
that season was
because
trash.
that's when that show died. To me.
Yeah.
As soon as they brought in the lion with that Ezekiel,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
I was like, no,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
done. I'm literally stopped watching it that season.
Me too.
And remember, we were upset.
We were
like every Sunday
was
we would
so good.
we would wear our Walking Dead shirts. We would get pizza. Like it was
Up
a whole
until
premiere.
that season.
We would wear our shirts?
I don't think you did. I think that was us.
You would wear your shirts?
We
Yeah, I
would
had a
wear our
Walking Dead shirt.
shirts.
Yeah.
We did
I
the
wore
same thing
mine.
with Game of Thrones. We had our Game of Thrones t-shirts that we would
I
wear
don't think I
on
did that either.
Sundays.
That's because you weren't a fan.
Yeah. Elise always hops on after
Yeah.
like the initial premiere. We have to convince
Yeah,
you.
you're right.
And then you're like,
it
fine.
on TV.
Yeah.
But I didn't finish it.
But you never
I didn't start
started
it
with
together.
us.
No, I didn't.
I actually think The Last of Us might have been the first one that you actually started with us.
I think I started before you guys.
No
I
way.
think we started the same. Like we could
Yeah,
because we
'cause
all
Tyler
watched.
was dying
We
to watch
started
it,
watching
yeah.
it
Oliver.
the day it premiered. Like we were watching it every week.
Yeah.
I think that's like the first show in a really long time that you watch at the same like timeline as us.
I was very excited about that show.
Yeah, I still am, but maybe we need the Last of Us t-shirts.
Was
God.
not anymore.
No, we can watch it. No, we're still on it. It's just okay. Anyways, speak to animals,
Animals.
people.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm really tempted.
Yeah.
but
I want to speak every language.
animals are my
That'd be
priority.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, at this point, you could just speak for me.
Yeah, you'll do that, and then we got you. We got the animals. You get the people.
Yeah. I'll give you guys all the wrong information.
Thank you. I'm gonna get one of those earpieces so I know
Oh my
if you're screwing me over. Okay. All right. So our topic for today is Airbnb versus hotel. In general, like, what's your preference? Does it matter if you're going with your family or if you're going like by yourself or with friends or with like a significant other? And then does it make a difference if it's during the holidays or it's just a regular vacation? So let's just start with overall. What is your preference, Airbnb or a hotel?
I think I like both. I have like pros and cons for both, but I think depending on where we go for vacation, I would prefer a hotel because like when we go to Florida, they have like the Mickey Mouse pancakes and like
part of the experience,
right? Because you get that like Disney experience. But if you were to do an Airbnb, like you don't get that same experience in Florida.
Which,
you know,
we need to go to Florida.
Yeah, we said we were going next year, no?
We used to go every summer.
Yeah,
it was Disney World.
And then we have to start kids.
Best thing ever. And y'all started popping out these kids.
And we're all gonna go next year. Relax.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this thing keeps falling on me.
If it's like a cabin or something, like during the holidays, then I see why an Airbnb would be better because obviously you can fit way more people and like you're all in one room, one big room or like one big house. And like you're in the mountains or anything like that. So that's really nice. But other than that, I would prefer a hotel. Yeah.
I'm on the same boat.
Yeah, I think I just like the hotels.
Yeah, I just heard, and maybe it's not that common, but I've seen things with Airbnbs where like they have cameras inside.
Yeah, there's been like horror stories with that.
Which I don't blame them either because like you also need to see like what they're doing in your house. Like what if they're going in there and like doing shit they're not supposed to be doing?
Yeah, but
or something illegal.
You recording is you doing shit that you're not supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Because there's been stories where like the cameras are in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
And there's a lot of perverts out there.
It's not more surveillance. It's more creep.
Yeah. Like creepy.
Yeah, creepy. Where I've heard stories like that too, where I'm like, that's
But some of the hotels have it too.
But like I feel hotels are more regulated.
Yeah.
Whereas like
Airbnb, it's on the homeowner.
It's on the person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't know. Yeah, I think it's pros and cons because like hotels too, sometimes like I feel like the cleanliness is not like all there.
No.
But then I guess you can see that I guess the same thing would apply at an Airbnb.
Yeah, it depends on the people cleaning it. Yeah.
And then with the hotel, the good thing with that is that like let's say you walk into a room and the sheets are dirty or like whatever, you can request another room or you can request for them to come change out the sheets.
Right.
You show up to an Airbnb, you're kind of stuck there. You don't. Sometimes the owner is in another country or like in another state or like whatever. So it's like I don't know what the protocols are there. I don't know like how that works or anything. But I do think there's more like flexibility with the hotel.
Yeah.
I think Airbnb, obviously it's the price that like gets people. Although I don't even think it's as cheap as it used to be.
No, I feel like it got so popular now where like they're charging us, might as well get the hotel.
Yeah, I feel like when it first came out, it was like, oh my God, you would save so much money booking an Airbnb. Yeah. And then they were like, okay, we could probably charge more for this because it was getting popular. So then they started adding like
the prices
automatic
are crazy.
Cleaning fees, like service fees,
all
like,
these fees,
all these fucking like endless fees. Where I'm like, okay,
might as well go to a hotel.
Might as well just go to a fucking hotel.
And I feel like if we're going on vacation, like you should get the full experience in a hotel.
Yeah, you don't get the same vibe,
especially if you're going to somewhere, like Florida, or like somewhere tropical. They have the pools.
It's a part of like the resort is a part of the trip. Like, it's seeing it and like experiencing it. You get most of the places you get breakfast included, so that's like you're saving money right there on like a meal.
Yeah.
Whereas Airbnb, you have to cook, so you have to go on a trip and then you have to take the time to go grocery shopping, which that kind of sucks because it's taken away from the time that you have.
Unless you're just eating out,
which I'm fine with that too. But same thing for like Disney World and stuff, hotels. I think for holidays, an Airbnb, just because for holidays, I think the point is to be together. Right. And most hotels don't accommodate
like that many people.
Yeah, we got lucky because when we went, we had like just enough people to where we could get a suite, and it had like the room, the living room, and like Wisconsin? All of that. And even Wisconsin, we get like the big suite,
like the suite,
that's like the 2 bedrooms. It has the pull out sofa, like it has way like more than enough, but those are not easy to find.
No,
right?
They're not that common. Yeah, no. Yeah.
And even those.
And then, we're quickly adding up what we
at this rate, will we find an Airbnb that'll fit all of was like, God damn, like y'all just stay adding more people to this family.
We wanted a big family, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that for the holidays, it's fun. And honestly, but even for the holidays, it doesn't even necessarily have to be an Airbnb, because for holidays, it would be more so like a cabin.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like for the holidays,
Yeah, but like the cabins are through, most are through Airbnb.
Are they through Airbnb?
Yeah, because like, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can find some out there, but like most like campsites too. It's like they don't have they don't have like big suites like that.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Right. So it would be an Airbnb
or a hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for holidays,
I think for holidays, it's this. I don't think a hotel would actually give the vibe that I would want.
I think depending, like I said, on the vacation, because hotels decorate for Christmas, they decorate for Thanksgiving, they decorate for everything.
Yeah,
but you're not together,
right?
Well, you're with your immediate family,
not all in one room.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is like,
but then what's the point of that?
Yeah,
the vacation.
See, but like,
the holiday
what you guys are saying is like rent a cabin.
Yeah, like a big house. Right. Yeah.
Right.
In like the mountains.
No, I meant like if we go to like Florida for Wisconsin for the holidays, that would be a hotel.
I consider like that a vacation. I don't consider that like a getaway for a holiday.
What you guys are saying is a getaway.
Like a cabin getaway, like with your family for the holidays, where you guys rent a big ass cabin,
like in Tennessee or like you know,
like somewhere, and
somewhere
you guys
up in
all
the mountains.
Go. Yeah, and you're all in one big cabin.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's what
big
we're
house,
talking about. Yeah,
big cabin house.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where like hopefully a bear will come to the window and say
like,
hi.
Walk by.
I would love
for breakfast. I would love that.
Yeah,
too.
I would love that. Where like snow is falling.
Yes, exactly.
I would love that. Mm-hmm. Like Twilight
fireplace,
all of that stuff. Yeah, because the cabin we stayed in North Carolina, they had like a pool table. They had a fireplace. Like it was so much space and room. I really like that vibe.
Yeah,
and Mom wants to do that one year for like one of the holidays.
Yeah,
it's just hard.
Yeah,
for us at the holidays.
Well, yeah,
it's hard when you're splitting holidays.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
but.
Yep, but yeah.
So Airbnb.
For me, it depends.
I know, I'm kidding.
Hotels.
Yeah, hotels.
Yes,
I think for the most part,
it's a good experience.
Yes.
So Airbnbs, it would only be for like if you're doing a cabin, then.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I'm not too much of a fan of Airbnbs.
Yeah.
I don't like Airbnbs, period, because cabins aren't Airbnbs. Cabins are a part of the hotel, aren't they?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm confused about.
Some of them, depending where you go, but like if you want like, it just depends where you're going. But I'm pretty sure you can find some out there. But I'm saying like to rent like a big house in like the mountains,
right?
Usually,
so it's like a house more than a cabin. Okay.
Yeah,
because I was gonna say most of the hotels have like the campsites where the cabins are.
Yeah. No, I meant like a big house, like in the middle of like the woods,
like
or like
the one we stayed at when we went to North Carolina. You saw it.
Because I know where that was.
You saw it.
I saw the inside. I didn't see the outside.
Yeah.
You literally saw us post the sunset views of the mountains.
I don't remember. I wasn't there.
She still didn't see the like the whole outside.
Yeah, you didn't see like the location.
So it's like from that one movie where they switched houses.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're like
the holiday.
Like you go in the mountains and like there's a big house there.
Right.
Like
Okay.
It was like that. I think those are perfect. But yeah, I guess that technically would be an Airbnb though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Airbnb for holidays.
Yes.
Literally
hotel.
Anything else. Hotel. Because even a family vacation, we prefer hotel.
Yeah.
I would rather have separate rooms than
an Airbnb.
Airbnb.
Yeah. Just for vacations, you get that full experience, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Airbnbs are just
creepy.
Creepy?
Not just creepy.
Not creepy. I'm saying like
they just
I feel
don't get
like
the same experience.
I just feel like, damn, is someone watching me?
Yeah.
Like, and that's what makes it creepy.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't trust it.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. That's
the
what
way
I mean.
way I would trust. Oh, and then like refund policies, aren't they completely different too?
Yeah, some of them are non-refundable.
Yeah,
which
you
is
have to
like
see the one you've booked.
Yeah, which is like
you had an experience with that with us when we were gonna go to
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Yeah.
Oh,
which we have to replan, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do. But like, had we booked an Airbnb?
Yes.
And like they were trying to not give you a refund.
Yeah, they didn't. I had to dispute it with my credit card.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was I'm like, really?
But it was annoying because you said that at first.
Yeah,
the guy was like, oh, you could just switch the weekends.
Yeah, which I was like, okay, if we could switch the date, that's fine. Mm-hmm. And then he changed it and was like, no, like, we can't switch the dates. Then I was like, well, you just said we can.
Right.
And then, it was an awful experience. Yeah. So if you're booking an Airbnb, look at the fine line if it says non-refundable.
Right.
Like,
yeah. I don't ever pay attention to that shit.
Yeah, I didn't either because I didn't think that was a thing.
Because I expect that with flights. I know, so
and I get it if you're canceling like within 24 hours, 48 hours. Okay, I get that. Like, but if you're canceling like 2 weeks ahead of time,
no, you should get your refund.
It's like, really?
That's what I'm saying. That's why, like, with flights, I'm more careful and I pay attention. But with hotels, I normally just book it because I know for the most part, it's like, oh, if you cancel at least 48 hours or at least 3 days or whatever in advance, they're like, you could get a full refund.
Yeah.
Like, it's usually not a problem at all. But with Airbnb...
Well, they give you store credit or airline credit.
Not all of them.
For flights?
Not all of them.
So, what do you mean?
Like, Southwest, they don't even... Like, you don't even have to fight them. Like, they'll right away just give you a flight credit if you cancel. Other flights, they try not to.
I know, like United.
Yes.
Or was it American?
No, it was American.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
they didn't want to give you anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
like,
they're like, you can't fly.
They're like, whatever.
Unless you die.
Yeah, no, I swear to God, it's like kind of crazy to me.
They're like, did you die? And I'm like, well, no, I'm on the phone.
Yeah, like it's been multiple times with Southwest where like I have to cancel a flight and they're so quick to just give me flight credit. Fucking American, I was like, I literally just want the credit. Like, I'm not asking for money back.
Yeah.
I just want my flight credit. And they're like, no.
Yeah.
Like, you miss your flight, like, you're just fucked. Yeah. You just lose that
money.
Which
is crazy.
That just doesn't like.
Yeah. You should at least...
I get it if you're canceling the day of. Yeah. But if you're canceling, like, in advance, like, I think Delta... There was another flight where, like, also...
I've never flown Delta.
I've flown Delta, but I don't know if I canceled that flight or not. But there was another airline where I had canceled, and I didn't even, like... They were just automatic. They gave me a refund.
Oh, shoot.
They didn't even give me... I don't remember what it was. I think it was... maybe Virgin? I don't remember. But it was one of the airlines where I called, and I was expecting flight credit. Yeah. And I called, and they were like, oh, okay, no problem. Yeah. They're like, we're going to process it right now, blah, blah, blah. And you'll expect your refund on your card in like 5 to 7 minutes. And I was like, a refund? Yeah. I was shocked. But I'm happy with Southwest,
I feel
though.
like I'm any cool with airline should be like that, though. Yeah. If you cancel within time, they should at least give you flight credit.
Yeah.
Like, that's just insane. Like, obviously, life happens. Like, they should give you some time frame to be able to cancel.
Did you see that Southwest is removing the free bags?
Yeah.
I'm so mad about that.
And they're trying to change, like, the seat arrangement, too. So now they're trying to charge you for the seats, like American Airline does. Or is it United? No, I think it's United.
I don't
know. No, it's American. We had to pay for the flights.
Oh, yeah.
For the seats.
Yeah.
I mean. It was American.
Which is another
if you want to sit next to them, you had... That's the dumbest shit because I've flown Delta, I've flown Virgin.
Yes.
I've flown like Aero Mexico and like all of those. If you're buying the flight, like if I'm buying my flight for me and someone else, like you're automatically going to be seated together.
Yes.
Which
is how it should be.
I've never heard of like if you don't pay, like you have to.
Yeah, when we flew American, that's what they did. Shit. They're like, well, if you want to guarantee you sit next to each other, you have to pay for your seats. And I thought it was bullshit at first because I'm like, that doesn't sound right. So I called customer service and they're like, oh no, they're like, we generate the seats. So you might not sit next to each other. I'm like, but I bought the seats together.
Right.
I bought the tickets at the same time. They're like, nope, it doesn't matter. If you want to guarantee that you sit with the person, you have to pay.
That's so stupid.
On top of everything else, on top of the luggage, on top of like...
Yeah, it's not like you're giving me free bags.
Right, like you get a carry-on, that's it. But if you want a check bag, which most people do when you're going on a trip, you gotta fucking pay for it. So fucking dumb. That's why I like Southwest. Because I was like, okay, you get a carry-on, I think you get 2 bags, don't you? You get two check bags.
Which I'm like, you could have at least done 1 check bag for free.
No, they're trying to change it. So I guess we're gonna start driving everywhere. Cause fuck that.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna drive everywhere regardless. I'm gonna have 2 babies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
I won't be flying with 2
I didn't
babies.
even think about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unless I'm flying just me, like, and Tyler, or just me and someone else. Like, yeah, I'm not getting on a flight with 2 kids. So,
Right. Yeah.
I'm not putting myself under that stress.
Me neither.
And I won't put myself under that stress of being with you guys, with your kids on a flight.
Thanks.
I will fly alone.
You could be like, I'll help you guys.
I feel like that's your journey to go through on your own.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind when you have kids.
I feel like that has nothing to do with me, you know? I won't be flying with no fucking kids.
You say that. Wait till you have
with
kids.
like a baby.
Yeah.
I would hate to do that to other people.
Yeah.
I'd be like, look, I chose to do this. I don't feel like you should have to suffer just because I want to.
Yeah.
Like,
especially right now, because I know Adam will not sit in a chair.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe if it's a baby, like an infant, like
where like they'll be asleep the whole flight.
Then I might do it, but like
I would want to get them used to flying though.
Yeah.
Like, so I wouldn't want to wait too
like
long.
Madeline. You don't think Madeline will sit in a plane?
Right now she will.
Yeah. It's just Kaylee, right?
It's just Kaylee. And Kaylee, if she's tired, if like I wake her up, let me specify. Like if we leave where she's about a nap, I think she'll be fine.
Yeah, Adam won't.
Yeah.
I don't think Adam would have do good with flying.
He did great. Like when we went when he was 1, like on the flight there, he slept through like the whole thing, which was amazing.
Yeah.
But on the flight back,
it was a struggle.
It was a struggle. Like he wasn't crying or throwing a tantrum or nothing, because he was only 1.
Yeah.
But he just like he did not want us to sit. And then he wanted to be like kind of sitting up, like, and it's not like he was crying, but we just had to keep him like entertained. Yeah. Like, but now, he would throw a tantrum.
Yeah, I don't think he would fly.
Well, so that's why I'm like, I won't put people through that. I won't put myself through that.
That's what I'm saying. But at the same time, it's like you want them to get used to flying, though. So
I will once he gets to like Maddie's age.
Yeah.
Like, but right now,
especially not even to the kids, because like him and Katie, they like to be up and about.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like torture. For them.
Yeah, exactly. Like I mean, we can't even sit at a restaurant right now.
Yeah.
Like if it's the max it can do is an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's more than an hour, he's like, I'm out this high chair. I'm done.
He's like, y'all can stay here. I'm gonna head out. Stand up and do what I gotta do.
Yeah. But
I get it.
But I mean, time goes by quick, so we'll be flying.
How we got into the flights, but
the
whole point was Airbnb versus hotel, and it sounds like all 3 of us are like hotel. Is the way to go.
Correct.
Airbnbs for like a few occasions, but overall, we like the
hotels.
It's just convenient, and you feel like you're on a trip.
I feel like it's cheaper too.
It is. I think it's cheaper. I think it comes out cheaper than.
I mean, sometimes I find hotels for like less than $200 a night.
Especially if you book ahead of time. You're good. You'll find good deals. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so hotels. That's the way to go here.
Yes.
All right. So as you guys know, we end every episode with an inspirational quote or story.
And this time it's me.
No. This time it's me. I don't know if it's inspirational, but it like.
Oh God.
You know,
oh Jesus Lord.
It's like to get you thinking. Okay. So my quote is: most people don't want solutions. They want sympathy so they can justify staying stuck in that position.
I love that.
Repeat it.
Okay. Most people don't want solutions. They want sympathy so they can justify staying in that stuck position.
Yeah. So like making excuses.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually have multiple people in my life where I have flat out told them like, you've came to me with the same issue, with the same problem. And the first couple times that you come to me, I'm going to be like empathetic. I'm going to like really, really try to understand what your problem is, talk to you about it, like give you advice, try to like get you to see it maybe from a different perspective or whatever. If a year goes by and you're still coming to me with the same solution, and I've told people in my life this before, I've been like, hey, I've told you what I feel. I've given you advice. And like you're choosing to stay in the same situation. You're choosing not to make it different. You're accepting it at that point. Yeah. Because what's that thing like? What you don't change, you're accepting.
Right.
So like if you're in that same situation, at that point, I don't really believe that you have a problem anymore because you're waking up every day and you're choosing that. Yeah. So I feel like at that point I get into my like a little bit of tough love with people. Yeah. And it's happened multiple times where I'm like, No, like I'm not the person that you're gonna come and like give me the same sob story about the same thing. Or like it's not, because at that point I'm gonna be like, look, I'm not the friend to come to that's not gonna give you a reality check. Like fucking change it. And if you're not gonna change it, then respectfully shut the fuck up about it. No, I don't really want to hear it.
Right. Yeah.
Because I've met people like that where they're in the same situation and it's like they're constantly complaining about the same thing over and over and over again. And it's like, at that point, I don't really believe that you want better.
Yeah, it's like you're in a hole and you're just staying there.
Or digging yourself deeper.
Right.
And
so
deeper.
Either,
and you're like, why won't anyone help me?
Yeah, so either you're going to stay, either you're going to stay in that hole or you're going to get yourself up. And that's what people don't understand, though, I feel like. Because they expect for, like, some miracle or, like, someone to come rescue them. And it's like, no, this is your life. Period. You take control. Yeah. Nobody's going to come and change your life for you.
Right. If you're not happy, fucking do something.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you have to do it yourself. So
because change, you're not going to just be sitting there and like, oh my God, my life is so much better. You have to actually get up and do something about it.
Yeah, so you have to get up, make some changes, set some goals, talk to people if you need to, but actually listen. Right. Don't just rant. And
if you're gonna complain about something, I think you get time to complain and like sulk and like throw yourself a pity party. That's fine. Everyone goes through it. If afterwards you're not immediately being like, okay, I had my time to like complain about it. Now what can I do?
Right.
Get your ass up.
Yeah.
If you're just in that first cycle over and over and over again.
Yeah, if you're just sitting in the corner, you're not getting up. It's like, okay, well, nobody's going to grab your hand and tell you, let's go. You have to grab your own hand.
Yeah.
And look, man, if you're like 25 and older and you're still complaining about the same thing that when you were 20, you need to do something. Yeah.
It's not your life. It's you.
Yeah. Change it. Obviously, it's not working for you. So
I think when people don't have people in their life that are willing to have like tough conversations like that or like tell you like what you really need to hear, I think it's so easy for people to get into this cycle of complaining.
Yeah.
Because people like to complain.
Yeah.
Like, I think that comes naturally to like people naturally like to complain about stuff, which I'm not saying it's like a bad thing. Like everyone's going to complain about something. But again, it's where if you're complaining consistently every fucking day about the same thing and you're not doing anything to change it.
And it's been a year or 2 years and you're still complaining about the same thing.
You just want people to feel sorry for you at that point. That's what you want.
And I'm not going to.
I'm not going to either. That's what I'm saying. Like when you initially come up to me, let's fucking like I'm here. Like let's do it. Let's like figure something out. Let's make a plan for you. You come back to me a year later, you're like, so this problem.
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, you're doing the same shit that you were doing when you first came to me. So at that point,
changed anything?
Have you done literally anything to try to change your situation? No? Okay, well then that's, if you don't want to change it, that's fine. I'm not one to force it on anybody.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Nobody's going to make you do anything.
But I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, you got to do it yourself.
Yeah. So a little bit of tough love today, but still inspirational. It's just like, if you're not happy with something in your life,
change it.
Actively do something to change it.
Right.
It doesn't have to happen overnight. It's just progress.
Yeah.
There should be progress. If it's just complaining and zero progress, there's something wrong and you need to
even
analyze it.
Even a small step towards like a change will make a big difference.
Yeah. In the long run, it's just baby steps, but steps. Like you gotta just do something. You gotta move towards something.
Yes. I like that.
Thank you. All right. Well, I think that's all we have for this week's episode. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, follow, all of that. We appreciate it. And until then, we will see you next week.
Bye.